Audio Jungle.
Two die in Manchester three-vehicle crash. Two people, a man and a woman, died as a result of injuries they sustained in a three-vehicle collision on the Winston Jones Highway near the Russell Place intersection on Friday night. They have been identified as Everroy Dixon, a resident of Content in Manchester, and a woman identified as Adrimar Simi, 35, a resident of Horties District in Manchester. Preliminary reports are that shortly before 10 p.m., a Toyota Wish operated as a taxi and a Nissan Tiida motor vehicle were traveling uphill towards Mandeville, while a Mitsubishi Forza motor truck, said to be unmarked police vehicle, was traveling downhill. It is further reported that the taxi swerved to avoid colliding with a stationary trailer said to be laden with sand, which it went into the part of the Mitsubishi truck, resulting in a collision. The truck reportedly then collided with the Nissan Tiida motor vehicle. The driver and passenger in the Tiida were pinned inside the vehicle. Firefighters had to be called in for them to be extricated. They were unresponsive when removed from the mantled vehicle. Two police pickup trucks transported the injured people to hospital, where they were pronounced dead. The condition of the occupants of the other two vehicles is unclear at this time. Progress on Noel Holmes Hospital operating theatre. The long-awaited operating theatre that was promised for the Noel Holmes Hospital in Hanover is one step closer to becoming a reality. This Saturday, we are going to tender for what you just asked about, the operating theatre regional director for the Western Regional Hospital Authority, St. Andrew Sinclair, stated on Thursday. He was responding to queries from reporters during a press conference held at the S Hotel in Montego Bay. The query was made for an update on plans to install a theatre at the more than 125-year-old institution. The original theatre, which is currently in a state of disrepair, was taken out of service approximately 30 years ago. Since then, Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton and other officials have mentioned plans to construct a new theatre that has been on the books for more than a decade. On Thursday, the minister noted that while a minor operating theatre was implemented, the current plan is to construct one that is much more advanced. Tufton said the government is willing to provide funding for the project that will hopefully get off the ground in 2016. He also spoke about development plans for Savannah Lamar Public General Hospital in Westmoreland. The minister pointed to the planned build-out of a new accident and emergency department that will assist with alleviating overcrowding and space limitations. That $1 billion initiative, which was previously unveiled in July, will be carried out over 3 phases. I'm happy to announce that we'll be tackling the Savannah Lamar Hospital Challenge, starting with A&E, which will have a diagnostic area, a lab, more space, and then the A&E area on the old building will provide more opportunity to few additional bed spaces, and then we'll build out from there, Tufton stated. A non-functioning sewage system that was put in place in 2016 is to be addressed. Tufton said the procurement for the system is in the making. You may recall that the sewage system was put in just prior to becoming minister, and I don't think it has worked for a month. The contract and arrangements, which were before me, I inherited it, seem to have been a non-starter, and in a sense, one could argue it was a waste of money, argued Tufton. The minister said efforts are underway to identify a new contractor that has the requisite technology. Nevertheless, we have had to re-engage the process using appropriate engineers, and we are now in the process of finding a new contractor with the appropriate technology to make the Savannah Lamar Hospital sewage system functional, stated Tufton. The government said he was told that the bid documents are out. They are likely to be considered starting in a week or two, and hopefully we'll have an appropriate provider of the service before the end of this year, he noted. Zero tolerance. One driver has been taken off duty, and 3 others are facing internal disciplinary action as the Revolve's Minister of Transport, Telecommunication and Energy promises a zero-tolerance approach against infractions carried out by operators of the controversial rural school buses, now in their second month officially serving students. The measures come in response to 21 incidents, mostly minor crashes involving the buses' commute on narrow roads leading to and from their destinations. There were no reports of any injuries stemming from any of the accidents, but there were reports of students falling ill on the bus stated that the authority doing an update on the program. Driver behavior is monitored in a real-time thought-on-board technology, enabling swift action on unsafe conduct and vehicle irregularities. Several minor infrastructures have already been flagged by the technology, and the Jamaica Urban Transit Company internal disciplinary measures have been used to mitigate these infractions, noted Voss during the press conference. My direction is zero tolerance. You are carrying students. It is a complete difference from it if you are traveling with the cargo or whatever else. You may go get a second chance, and if there is actually an infraction, it has to be treated as a matter of urgency to avoid possibility of that same driver having another infraction that may not end as the first one did. It may end even worse, stated Voss, as he sought to reassure parents. Launched at the start of the school year last month, Phase 1 of the Rural School Bus Program saw the rollout of 60 buses covering 250 schools from 12 dispatch points, including in Rockford in St. Andrew, Yellis in St. Thomas, Montego Bay St. James, Manchester, Spanish Town in St. Catherine, and St. Elizabeth, among others. As at October 7, approximately 16,600 students have been transported daily, with buses traveling at average of 65 miles per day. According to Voss, installation of automatic vehicle locators (AVL) has been completed on 57 buses, and the rest are to come in phases. This was also complemented in September with training of AVL analytics for the GUTC team responsible for monitoring the location of the buses. They will operate from a bus operator center using the management system. In the interim, Voss said installation has already started for the electronic fare system and that testing will commence next Monday as the government remains committed to rolling out the fare collection system as well as the operations center on November 1, 2025. As of Monday, parents and students will be able to top up students' transportation cards at any popular retail outlet across Jamaica, similar to those used to top up mobile phones, he explained, adding that at full implementation, parents will be able to track their children's route home, ensuring their safety and ultimately peace of mind. Meanwhile, Owen Elton, board director of GUTC, said safety is an utmost importance with regard to the program, and that extends into the recruitment, training, and comprehensive background checks on bus operators. We ensure that the driving history of every applicant is thoroughly examined before they are shortlisted and that they undergo very comprehensive training. In addition to that, they have been exposed to specialized training in dealing with students' commuters. We have also ensured that the management of these individuals is done through layers, he stated. According to Ellington, the driver monitoring systems captures operators' alertness, fatigue, and cell phone usage while driving. Sudden acceleration, braking, sharp cornering, and speeding are also monitored, he noted. I am happy to say that despite our very diligent system of collecting and reporting incidents in the operation of the rural school bus system, so far, with one full month, we have logged in 21 incidents, and of that 21, just over a half are the accidents involving a third-party vehicle. In all instances, there are minor scratches, he said, explaining that most had to do with the vehicles navigating, others on narrow winding road. In the meantime, Richard, Acting Director for Safety and Security in Schools at the Ministry of Education, Youth Skills and Information, explained the exploration into assigning school resource officers to ensure the appropriate student behavior on the vehicles will be made. The rules at school must be consistent with those obtained on the buses, and were therefore in these cases that will require intervention of our school resource officers, that will be done. We have cases in this phase where the student's behavior is cause for concern. Those matters would have to be brought to our attention and communicated to the school, he noted. To subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.